Respect failure as much as you respect success. In fact, fear people who have not failed. They are too innocent to counsel you. There is a requisite level of failure you must carry as a badge to balance your understanding in counseling people. Believe me, anybody who comes to you with 100 over 100 is still a child in the school of success. There is a requisite scar that gives you a balanced perspective. Have you failed enough to be able to talk to me? Don't tell me all the stories. I just prayed and the person was healed. I just spoke and they gave me an auditorium. You are not the person to counsel me. I respect you. Carry your results until you learn the other side of life. My goodness, there are people that have failed enough and they can talk to you. When they talk to you, they utter from their pain. Their pain has been turned to wisdom. Every sentence is a life lesson. A woman who tells you, I have been barren for 10 years. Now God gave me 3 sets of twins. Forget the twins and learn wisdom. Don't just respect crowns, respect scars. The wise respect both scars and crowns. Can I encourage someone? Your failure is still an asset. Don't throw it, archive it. It will be one of the qualifiers for your speaking to people tomorrow. Apostle, I have cried, I have failed in life. I know what it means to be an irresponsible father. Don't throw that experience, archive it. One day you will use from that wisdom and mentor an arrogant young man who thinks life is so easy. Most times when we are starting out in life, because of the leverage of prayer, the prophetic, or generally life just playing games with you, you can believe life is so easy and you are wondering, so why are people crying like this? I just got married and 3 months it's been so rosy. In fact, my wife is the best thing that has happened to me. And you go online and embarrass yourself. And someone who has been married for 15 years, he said, may God help you. After 2 years, you just turn and start saying life is unpredictable. All these unwise things that people do. Do not just respect those who have succeeded alone. Respect those who have failed. Not everybody fails. Respect those who have failed. Failure is an asset when you can turn it to power. Paul said, let no man trouble me. It is not only anointing that I have, there are scars. Gentlemen, don't just look for those who live in mansions. Go and look for mama and let her teach you the secret of happiness in a hut. There is something you need to learn, because the money you think will come from the mansion, you will be surprised. You don't know the depression and the drugs that surround those mansions. Sometimes you need to learn from both a king, but you need to learn from the slave that is in his palace. There is something the slave can tell you that even the king does not know. The slave is the one who cleans the palace. He knows what he has seen there. Why will the Lord speak to a young virgin through an angel and says, Mary, you are highly favored? And the next thing that follows that woman is pain, controversy. There was nothing in the life of Mary that I have seen that looked like favor. An angel comes from heaven and says, you are highly favored. I would expect the king to call her and say, I had a dream. There is free land for you. As soon as Jesus is born, you become tax-free. That sounds to me like favor. So God calls scar favor. He calls controversy favor. He calls pain favor. Why would you say a woman is high? God is speaking to someone. Don't listen, you may cry, but don't be embarrassed about your failures again. There is something about the speaking of God, that until you are at your lowest moment, there is something about the voice of God you cannot hear. There is a pain requirement to hear certain things about God. Tonight's message is very deep. For some of you, you really will not understand it this night. You are too innocent. You have been shielded by the sacrifices of others. You may not really understand this. There is a pain requirement that brings out the clarity and the purity of the voice of God. There is a way a man of God fails and fails and fails in ministry, that he goes back and he says, Lord, teach me. When he writes a book about the leadership of the Spirit, read it. That pain has purified any flesh and the need to make a name. It's gone. That is the reason why when people go through things and they come out of it, they usually come out with an anointing. Barren for 16 years, laughed at by people. As she gets triplets, it's not only children she got. The day she speaks over you, she will terminate barrenness in a moment, because every time she sees you like the high priest, she's touched with the feelings of your infirmity. Let me tell you the truth. You see, many of you see today that I pray for people and I'm just speaking and you see the power of God. It's not only prayer and anointing, no. There is a pain requirement that has reached down to the bowels of power and has drawn genuine, authentic spiritual power.
The reality for the whole show, I say, your successes and your failures are like a coin with two sides. They're like coin with two sides. You get horn, you get tail, and they come equally. Because they talk say no pain, no gain. When I don't get that message from Apostle Joshua Sermon, he don't talk, he don't elaborate on a lot of things then. I want to just touch a few aspects of these things then we concern our liberation struggle. When I know say one of the reasons then why me, for example, I talk these things and what I talk about, that because of our failures, because of our weak, because of things the way we don't fail inside, you understand? Now why that I don't decide to choose my own direction? For say we need to talk the truth for our people, we need to make sure we put a see way to be realistic. Because people they never know about lie our people there. People they never know about talk lie for our people the way not correct. So some people ask us, Fabiano, how you do get all the knowledge? How you do get all this sense so where you can't talk and this in the way you talk and so you learn on both sides. I don't learn on no place. And because of our experience, we don't get a bitter experience. That people don't take information for we so plenty from social media. Especially on the one way concern intelligence. Say fight and joke and come also make video show your face. When I remember from 2018, 2017, 18, 19, where we be the cry say me fight and know they do video show their face. We the cry say no, me fight and know they take a phone call and for a kelebede. We the cry say this one no begin when that boy them will are the call, you know they answer their call. A lot of things they don't happen inside this struggle. Then some of these things that may happen. Was so that they be see like say now a way for sure so they be brave, so they be strong. But no say instead they give free information for the enemy. We don't learn from these things. We don't learn the hard way, my brother, my sister. We don't learn hard way too much. Which other way the way una want and begin. So now why I tell una say because of our experience then, because of the thing, because of our suffer, because of our failures in some aspect in this struggle. Now why that we get for learn. Now why that una see me, I don't choose my own direction. The thing what they talk it be different from thing other people they talk 8 years for struggle, not be 8 days. 8 years for struggle, not be 8 months, not be 8 weeks. I be confidently tell when I say some you wait for this struggle, wait on the follow from the beginning, from the time for lawyer and teacher them. If you should also fold your hand, you write book where it concern Ambazonian struggle. And you even talk about how people that feel successfully organize a resistance. No, because say you don't actively take part, that because you don't get that experience for the way you don't go and you don't see the areas the way we don't fail there. When I talk say for fail no mean I say you don't be succeed. Wait till we make you a man. Don't be the number of times the way you fall. Now the number of times the way you actually wake up when you before. Now it's that they make you a man. So if I can't talk say this will don't fail for some certain aspect then. You know mean I say the struggle don't no day again. Most of them know they get this wrongly. And therefore here for make sure say I give you the right information. We educate, we inform, and we desensitize. A lot of things in there. Now all of them for this particular platform where they can't talk to where no take money for man for ground zero by force. No 6 mine in Okada. No make a me, mommy and papa then the vex. Because we don't want to say me the caviar stone black leg. Because this aspect for black leg, it comes as a result of rough work them. Majority of the reasons them. If you want to look and find 98%, the rest 2%. For them, you see and say 1% now one the way La Republic go bribe them. The other 1% now one the way for their life naturally they be blackleg them. When all man they go direction, they go their own direction. Because some people they do so for life. But you see and say majority of the reason why people they become blackleg now because of the bad thing the way we self we don't do it for them. We need to learn from the things the way you don't make we don't lost, we don't suffer. We learn from these things then. When you talk about finances in this struggle, if you talk about money contribution, all the kind of thing there, we don't enter shock for people the way we don't contribute money, give them, say they go do something they think and go whoop. We don't learn lesson them. Now why way any group today, if no one collect money, no know how to collect that. Any man know how if you want support grounds already support that. If you talk seriously, hey, this man talk seriously, they want to do the kind of thing, they want to raise money, do the kind of thing. You don't have to check if not true or not lie, because we don't over suffer. Because when it comes to in terms of accountability, in terms of financial management, some of those who are leader they don't press spoil. They address the show for that level. So a lot of things in there, my brother and my sister. Why we not go learn? We need to learn. We need to do things the right way. Let us grow up. Because say we are bad. Because we don't get some certain level of failures there. Because something they do we never work right for our side. You know mean I say we'll go join La Republic back. Because say we cry because we get our own problem the way they have to Ambazonia struggle. You know mean I say we'll go join La Republic back. Impossible. Never again. We talk all the things because we want a positive change. When mommy and papa for ground zero, they want a positive change. Some of them just be disappointed. Some of them just be disappointed to see where they be supporter. They don't turn against the way not correct. That's why some of them they rise up. They say no, enough is enough. That is the same thing I'm saying on this platform. So some of them they will turn my message, will turn my information, will start calling me names, will start push me. I know say when I can't talk, some of them can't push me, but I want to tell when I say because we will get all these problem there, because we will get all these bad people for our middle. You know me, I say we'll go join La Republic back and lie. We'll take back our country. So I also the message declared, no matter the amount of time the way you fall, which will make you a man, and the number of time the way you woke up when you before. I will soon give my next update. Don't forget to share this video as far as you can. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in our next one.